All right, so for week one, if you look through the overview, I'm going to try to clean some of this up. The carryover from the old Blackboard shell to this one, it wasn't very clean, so I've been trying to reorganize that. That's why it's taken so much time here. I used to have you guys go out and get the GitHub Student Developer Pack. That turned out to be a nightmare because I had to actually write letters for every single student in order to verify you were a student. So I've removed that out of here. If you see that in old videos or something like that, just ignore the GitHub Student Developer Pack. I do encourage you to go get the JetBrains pack in there.
I did get the education pack though.
On the GitHub one? Okay. So if you're on campus, it seems to be okay. It's the virtual students that tend to have the most amount of problem because the IP address doesn't come from campus.
Okay.
And therefore they freak out.
Because it said, hey, you're a student, do this. I was able to sign up for it.
Okay, cool. If you have it, obviously great, but if not, it doesn't detriment anything in the class by not having it. Just you as a developer, it gives you access to a whole slew of extra tools kind of thing.
Yeah, I have no idea using it.
On this side, there's a good video. If you're not familiar with how Git and GitHub and GitLab and those things kind of work, just Git in general, I encourage you to go watch that video because it's important to kind of see how that process works. All right. Then I encourage you to install Python 3.13. You may need other versions based off your projects. All right. So when you get to working on your projects, if it doesn't support that, you may have to install an older one. That's what you're going to figure out as you get to working through stuff. Anything I assign should work fine with 3.13. All right. Once you have that in, then you can choose your IDE, whether you want to use Visual Studio Code or JetBrains. In this case, PyCharm. It says PyCharm Professional. They have since relabeled that to just be PyCharm. So let me just fix that while I'm in here. Non-community edition. Okay. Technically, you could use the community edition, but if you actually register for JetBrains Student, you get the full-blown one, which will make things when you go to do Flask and Django a whole lot easier. Like it's got integration, it knows what those files are, you can run the little servers right in it. It's a whole lot easier to troubleshoot stuff in there. All the videos and such I'm going to use is going to use PyCharm. So I encourage you guys to do that side, but if you are a diehard Visual Studio Code, by all means, utilize whatever's happy with you. The JetBrains student, if you come out to this link, it's very easy to fill out. I haven't had much issue with these. You essentially say, I'm a student, you give them their information, and they will get you the registration. As far as the software, like I mentioned the other day, and I'll mention it here, when you get the link for JetBrains, you can come out. Whoops, now it's going to take me out there all the time. I encourage you to go up here to Developer Tools and grab the Toolbox app, and you'll install that first. Once you get the Toolbox app installed, it will look something like, come on now, I can't use it, and I can't share that screen. Nice. You'll be able to get this little toolbox that pops up in the lower right, and you will want to go in and install PyCharm. Later down the road, if you guys end up doing a lot of database stuff, there is one called Data Grip that can be handy for massaging your MySQL databases or something like that, but it's not a requirement. Okay.
Should we also get the GitHub desktop app?
No, you won't need any of that. That's one thing. Visual Studio Code has some integration, but with PyCharm, like all of it's integrated with GitHub. So you guys committing, checking out, doing all that stuff is so much easier if you use that side of it. Visual Studio Code has that integration as well. But I want your IDE to be integrated. I don't want you out there using the old school idle like we did in 360. That won't work for this class. You'll pull your hair out by the time it's over. So, okay. Let's see here. That's pretty much it for this week. So again, just get the software, get everything up so that by the time we hit the second one, week 2 here, we're going to jump in. I'll just kind of give you guys a quick preview. That's where we're going to review OOP, APIs. We'll get to playing with APIs and doing that. For you online, I see Samuel, you're up there. You're welcome to participate in there, and I encourage you guys to do that. So when I ask questions, jump right in. We can do that in there. Anybody have any questions over week 1 stuff? No homework. Just go. Oh, and obviously the other one, go create your GitHub account. So that was part of the student developer part. I need to add that in here real quick. Let's just do that. Recorded, no worries. All right, so if you don't already have a GitHub account, just go out here, create one, just click sign up over here on the right. You can fill out the information and create your account. When we get into utilizing it, which we will when we get to the first mini project, that's where I'll really cover the details on it. But for the first 2 or 3 weeks, you do not have to use GitHub, but you might find it useful while we go through there to commit your projects to and play with stuff, that kind of thing. All right. Anything else you guys have questions on? Cool. I assure you this class will get busy, right? First week, I try to let everybody get accustomed, get the software in place. I don't like doing projects in the first week of class. So, all right, that's all I got. I'll go ahead and stop that recording.